This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Simone versus Gunn. You all have been together for 5 years. You're engaged to be married. You have 2 children together, but there's going to be no marriage unless we figure out what's going on here. Ms. Simone, you've brought this case. Tell us why you're here.
I'm here, Your Honor, because I am upset. Everybody in our hometown has a story about Cody, and it's getting to the point where I'm embarrassed, I'm humiliated, and I feel like an idiot.
What kind of stories do they have about Cody?
Cheating accusations.
And see, what you're not understanding is so many of these people had a past with me that they just possibly jealous. I mean, I'm here to let you know, like, this is what I want. I want our family.
So, Mr. Gunn, these people just don't want to let you go.
Right, Your Honor.
Miss Simone, tell me what it was like in the beginning, because it couldn't have been all this humiliation and turmoil from the very start.
We met just at a concession stand in the mall. Through a mutual friend. From that on, we just walked together until we got to know each other. 3 days later, we made it official we were together.
3 days?
3 days.
So, Mr. Gunn, what kind of shots did you fire for her to be the woman for you?
You didn't go there.
I did.
All right, well, you gotta know with a name like Gunn, there's gonna be a lot of pun here.
I understand.
See how I did
Really?
that? Yeah, well, you did it, I can do it. All right, so you figured it out after 2 or 3 days, this was the person for you. You like what you saw, and you like what you saw.
Yes.
What went wrong?
He started to be on his phone consistently. Every time I would sit down, go next to him, he'd swipe out whatever he was on.
So was that different from when you first met him?
Yes, before he was very open about having his phone with me, sharing passwords and sharing secrets, and now it's just like he's keeping them.
Mr. Cutler, if we have one case, we've got 50 cases where the change begins with the doggone phone, the phone is open, and then the phone becomes, you know,
Right, Your Honor.
he keeps it down flat. When you come in the room, he's like, it wasn't me. Right? All right, so Miss Simone, what do you do once you find out he's being secretive with the phone?
We broke up for 3 months from the end of August from November 6th.
And you get back together when?
November 6th.
So from the end of August to November 6th, you all were broken up.
Correct.
And then November 6th, you get back together.
Yes.
All right. But then some cheating alarms start going off again.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, tell me about these cheating alarms. What was the first alarm?
I had gotten an app on Facebook. It's an anonymous messaging app, so you can share your link through your page and people can message you anonymously. I got a message that said, Cody is cheating on me and I am stupid. And then I got another one. That included 4 women specifically by name.
Okay, Mr. Gunn, please explain why somebody would just anonymously write your fiance to say you're cheating and she's stupid because you're cheating.
See, I'm not 100% sure why anybody would make those accusations and tell her things like that. But during our breakup, there was one of them that was in the anonymous message that I did sleep with while we had that separation.
But what about the other 3?
I'm not even sure who the other 3 are. I haven't seen these messages myself.
That must have been a wild 3 months. He doesn't even remember who they were. I mean, he remembers one, but it must have been all wild and crazy.
Well, it just leads me to want to know, Miss Simone, what'd you do when you got these 4 names? Because that's what I'd be like, okay, next.
Yeah, after I got the 4 names, I started digging. I went through my friends, I went through his friends on Facebook, and it's actually a woman Cody referred our children to be babysit by.
You believe your fiance is sleeping with the babysitter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you talk to her?
I did. I talked to her directly.
Oh, well, I'd love to hear about that conversation. Tell me about that.
I messaged her and I openly asked if she was messing around with him, and she had responded yes, that they were messing around when we had problems.
And Your Honor, that was the time that we were on the break. That is the woman I referred to as during that breakup is when I had slept with somebody else.
Okay, but she sent me a picture.
Okay.
Okay, so
Hold on, love. Let's look at I want to see these text messages.
So you wrote, were you and Cody blanking around when we were together?
When you guys had problems, we blanked around. He would Snapchat me to come over and blank him when you were asleep.
Then it goes on, we had a three-way.
And you said, was the 3 after or before Arabella?
And the old babysitter responds, it was November 26th. All right, did you have a three-way?
It was during that time period of us being broken up, yes.
Miss Simone, do you believe this is when that happened, when you all were on your break?
No, I do not, Your Honor.
Why not?
Because the next day she had sent me a picture with the date included on it.
And you've submitted that to the court as well?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
And this is a picture of Mr. Gunn.
Yes, Your Honor.
On November 26th at 11:22 p.m., hugged up with the babysitter.
Yes, Your Honor.
That night with the picture was a night that was not even about the threesome. There was a party that night. I went to it, hung out with a bunch of friends. Don't remember a lot of the night, but I do know that I did not sleep with her that night.
If you don't remember a lot of it, how do you know that?
Because there was a sobering up period that it was around that time.
You know how mad I would be, Mr. Cutler, if you recommended a babysitter that you ended up sleeping with? Because I would think you just making it casual and easy to have access to her. I mean, this is like, I don't know why your hair ain't on fire.
So are you saying it's worse to sleep with a babysitter than anybody else?
No, I'm just thinking, first she tucks the kids in the bed, then she tucks him in the bed. I hope, but I suspect that it's not true. Miss Simone, have you found any other evidence of Mr. Gunn cheating?
Sadly, Your Honor.
All right, tell me about it.
We had an old neighbor who he would ask for cigarettes for when he was out, and she had messaged me when I was at home with the children, asking me to ask my fiance to stop asking to trade nudes with her.
Mr. Gunn, were you asking for nudies?
No, I was not.
Were you exchanging nudies with somebody else?
No, I did not.
So you just happened to look up and in your inbox are a bunch of new photographs of women that you
Oh, no,
happen
I
to
didn't
know.
even have anything in my inbox.
How does she go from cigarettes to nudes, though?
All right, Your
I
Honor.
mean, look, take a look at this message. Can you tell your fiance to stop Snapchatting me asking to trade nudes?
I understand how it looks on there, but all I did was ask her for a cigarette.
There's a big difference between a cigarette and a picture of me being nude or of your neighbor being nude. That's a big jump.
Yeah. And I know autocorrect does a lot of things, but autocorrect does not change cigarettes to nudes. It doesn't do that. Miss Simone, let me ask you this. You mentioned earlier that, seems like everybody's talking about it, everybody's telling you that he's cheating. Who specifically has told you that he's cheating?
His best friend from many years.
His best friend?
His best friend, yes.
His best friend has broken the bro code, basically told you that he's cheating?
Wow.
Yes, Your Honor.
What has he told you?
He was going to cheat on me one night on a guy's night out at a strip club with a stripper, and that he had kissed an ex-girlfriend while he went to his friend's house.
Man.
Mr. Gunn?
And all that is false.
The entire thing is false.
The night at the strip club, I don't remember. Maybe stuff could have happened. I don't know. I was drunk. I was intoxicated.
Okay,
So I'm not completely
tell me that.
denying everything at the strip club.
All right, here's the thing. I got 3 sons, probably in your age group. The bro code is real. I lived with it. One would do something and nobody, who did it? Wasn't me, wasn't me, wasn't me. I thought I had a 4th son named wasn't me. So for a best friend to break the bro code, you must have done something pretty doggone outrageous.
And see, this best friend of mine, well, supposed, had also sat there and told her that she'd be better off with him.
Oh, so you think he has an ulterior motive?
Definitely. And every time me and her had broken up in the past, took breaks, whatever it was, throughout our 5-year relationship, he was always right there.
So here's the thing. There's your side, her side, and there's the best friend side. And so what I want to do, I'm going to give you this piece of paper and a pen. I want you to write down the best friend's number, and I'm going to call it. Because she's saying that she talked to him, and you're saying, well, when she did it, he was trying to get with her anyway. We're going to find out what happened and why.
Because I agree. I mean, it takes a lot to want to break the bro code. And if
Okay.
you got the number?
I got the number. Okay. Hello?
Yes.
Is this Mr. Williams?
Yes.
We're here on the case of Cassidy Simone and Cody Gunn. You know them, correct?
Yep.
Miss Simone has testified that you all had been to a strip club and that Mr. Cody was cheating or was going to cheat with a stripper. Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
Tell me what Mr. Gunn was going to do with this strip club.
He had this stripper on his lap and leaned over to me and said, I'm going to cheat on Cassidy tonight. And she took him to the private dance room, and he came back out and said, I got her number, and she's going to hit me up later.
Wow.
Mr. Gunn.
Like I said, Your Honor, I don't remember that night.
So you're not denying it?
I'm not denying it. I'm not saying it's true.
But you remember enough to tell me that you were just playing pool and weren't looking at anybody.
I was also really intoxicated that night, so.
You came home just fine.
Okay, so again, you're not denying that it happened. You just don't remember one way or the other.
Correct.
Right.
Miss Simone testified that there was something with an ex-girlfriend of Mr. Gunn. Can you tell me and tell Mr. Cutler about that?
He invited me down to, come talk with him and her. And then they started getting touchy-feely, and then so I didn't pay no mind to it. I turned around and, I'm not stupid. I hear kissing noises. I know what kissing noises sound like.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. I think you brought a lot of clarity, so we appreciate your time. Have a great day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, Miss Simone, how did you feel when Mr. Williams came to you and said, look, I got something to tell you. Here's some things that I've seen.
I was very, very upset because why would he lie to me? That was his best friend for many, many years, and
He's also the same best friend of mine that basically said you would have been better off with him.
Your story to this court and to Miss Simone is you have not been physically or sexually intimate with anyone else since you and she got back together on November 6th.
Correct.
Despite your best friend coming forward and saying you did, you maintain that you did not. You have not since you all got back together on November 6th. Is that your testimony today?
Yes, Your Honor.
And she has said, if it comes back that he is in fact cheating, this wedding is off forever. Am I right?
yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Gunn, do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Are you confident that you're gonna walk down the aisle with her, or are you just gonna walk down this aisle alone?
Oh, I'm very confident that I'll be walking down the aisle with her.
All right, let me just say this to you. We say it all the time. Don't let me bring my expert in here to tell your story. If you've got a story you need to tell it now. Do you have something you need to say?
Actually, Your Honor, yes, I do. There was an incident that led up to conception of a child. And I've never let Cassidy know, and I figured this as the best opportunity to tell her. While Cassidy went to Texas to visit her dad, I did have a one-night stand.
And that one-night stand produced a child?
Yes, Your Honor.
I see the tears. I want to weep with you.
I think more importantly, Mr. Gunn, what do you have to say to Miss Simone?
Words can't really tell her how I feel about it, and I am truly sorry. It's something that's been weighing on me for 2 years now.
Mr. Gunn, is this the only time you've cheated? Are there more?
There's one more time.
All right.
While you all were together?
Yes.
Come on. Talk.
How long ago did it happen, and what happened?
It was maybe 2 months ago.
Miss Simone, I can't even begin to imagine what you're going through right now. What do you want to say to Mr. Gunn?
I don't trust you anymore. And without our trust, there can't be us.
Miss Simone, I'm gonna be kind of blunt with you. You need to not be anybody's doormat.
You all have been together for 2.5 years. You're living together. You have 3 children together. You previously appeared in front of Judge Lauren Lake of Paternity Court, where you got your paternity issues resolved. But Judge Lake ordered you to appear in this court because there are unresolved issues of infidelity. Am I right, Ms. Robinson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, tell us why you've opened this case.
I opened this case because I've been with Larry for 2 years, and even though we established, paternity with our children, I feel like our relationship is still on the line because I think he's cheating. I'm not happy, and I'm pretty sure he's not happy.
So for 2.5 years, you all have been going back and forth the entire time?
I guess it started probably 3 weeks to a month into our relationship.
We've been rocky for a minute now because in the beginning of our relationship, it started with untrust. Like we got together, found out she was talking to some other people and other men, so we got into it over that. Then over their reaction, I started talking to other people, and that broke the trust in the beginning. So that's why we've been having problems down the line.
But Mr. Smith, right here, right now, what are you here to prove?
I'm here to prove that I've been faithful and we trying to just get this over with so we can have a successful family and move on with our life.
You said the first 3 weeks, I hope it was longer than that, were happy times. Tell me about that first 3 weeks of the beginning.
Okay, so...
Look at that smile.
Because I love him. That's my baby,
Too.
I do love him.
That's the only reason y'all made it this far.
That smile says a lot.
It does. That makes me feel a little better. Okay, tell me how he caught your eye.
So when I seen him, I was with my friends, and I'm like, you looking real daddy-ish. We was at the gas station. He had the little sweatpants on. He was looking good, for real.
Now, did you step to him, or did
I stepped to him.
You stepped to him.
All right, tell me what that looked like. Oh, wait a minute, do you hear that? Wait a minute, listen up. What, bring it.
Because I just had to, I had to put a little game. I had him call me, I pushed off for 2 weeks, didn't talk to him for 2 weeks, We've been together ever since.
So it was some spark there.
It was definitely a spark.
I ain't
All
never.
right, Mrs. Smith, I need to hear. Go ahead, Big
when
Daddy.
I first seen him, I'm
Wait a minute, look at that smile. Wait a minute, it's some truth to the Big Daddy, because he just smiling. Okay, go ahead.
She was waiting 2 weeks for, right?
When I first met her, she was a very attractive female, pretty, sexy, intelligent, beautiful. She attracted me, so I had to get her. We talked, we took off from there. We've been rocking ever since, but it's just been all these complications with it, so that's why we're here today.
So we talked about the rocking, which sounds lovely. Tell me about the rolling. Why we here today? Why you think he's cheating?
I feel like he's cheating because I was roaming through his Facebook and his phone one day, and I seen some Facebook messages, which I have today.
Ron, would you get those for us, please?
It's about 2 women that I don't even know,
All right, so this is him.
So this is Larry.
Yeah, what you doing?
In Heights, blank Heights.
Yeah. What's poppin'? I'm about to hit the casino.
That's what's up.
Like,
And then the second one says, and this is a different woman, about to go to sleep now. I was up because my baby was up.
And so he asked, you got a hubby now?
And she said, why? Why you say that?
Because I was trying to what's up with you. And you found these in his phone, on his Facebook.
Wait. Why are you trying to what's up with somebody?
I ain't trying to what's up with him. I just needed to talk to him because I don't talk to him
about what? What did you talk about?
We don't talk.
But what you said here was, I was trying to what's up with you, which means you were trying to do something.
No, I wasn't trying to do anything.
That's what
it was just talking. I was just trying to just...
But then Here's the other part.
Okay.
The part before that. You got a hubby now. Why was that important if you weren't trying to, what's up with him?
Right.
See, you had to first find out whether they had a hubby.
Dude, you trying to be her hubby or something?
So, but Mr. Smith, did you find out what's up with this woman?
No.
Did you go?
Never happened.
I believe he
You
did.
actually found
I
out
think
what
he did
never
find
happened,
out
no.
what's up with
You
her.
did not have any kind of sexual
No,
relationship or
nothing.
contact with this
Nothing.
woman.
I feel
All right,
like
what
he
about
did
the one
have
with the
something.
casino? Or as you said, the casino.
No.
Did you hook up with her?
No, nothing ever happened with neither one of them. We just
So
talking.
you just talking.
Just talking. That's
That's
it.
your testimony.
That's my testimony. You
He
just
keep on
talking.
saying
There's
he just
nothing else.
talking. Okay,
Nothing
so
else
why did
happened.
he come home? He don't come home.
Give me an example.
Okay, so he gets off of work about, between 3 to 6, depending on how his boss feeling. So he calls me. We didn't talk to about 6, 7. By that time, he FaceTiming. I see him outside, standing at the bus stop, I'm like, okay.
So you
he on his way.
FaceTiming him, he's on the bus stop.
He
said he's
FaceTimed
coming
me to
home.
prove to me that he was on his way home. I ain't even asked him to FaceTime.
And this is about what time?
This was about 7.
7 in the evening.
So
Okay.
I'm like, okay, you on your way. So I didn't mess with him until about about 8 o'clock, an hour later. And no call, no show, no answer, phone going to voicemail. He not active on Facebook. But I'm like, you just left your family house. I didn't start getting worried until about 10, 11. And
So
it
3, 4 hours later.
Yeah, and when it started raining bad, I'm looking, it's 12 o'clock, all the warnings on the TV going off, and I'm like, I'm trying to call him, like, what's going on, shoot?
Situation was I got off work. On my way to back home, it started raining. It was a huge rainstorm.
But it didn't start until 12:01.
I got a flood warning sent to my phone saying it was really raining. I'm already halfway soaked, just getting off of work. So my family member live right down the street. So I'm like, I might as well go over here instead of standing in the
But if
rain,
it
getting on the
wasn't-
bus
but
being
if we
soaked.
didn't-
Hold on.
So in that process, when I went over there and stayed over my family member house, it ended up being a power outage. So now I don't have no
he
communication
Maybe they
now.
had what they used to call a landline. Maybe you could use that.
Everybody
No, they didn't have no
Maybe he could
landline.
use a
They
charger.
phone-
Everybody has
My family
them.
member phone was dead as well. You can't charge his phone up as well.
So now nobody got a charger.
Here's the deal. Based on your court
And she was-
papers and what you all had put in them, we did a little research. And we have a court uncovers here. And what I have here is something from the newspaper that says severe Metro Detroit rainstorm. So there was a rainstorm. A horrific thunderstorm crossed southeast Michigan overnight, ending with flooded roads and downed power lines. A severe thunderstorm warning was issued at approximately 1 a.m. 4 hours after you left work.
Yes. That's what I'm
7
saying.
hours, 7
That's what
hours.
I'm saying, because it didn't start raining until it was like 12 o'clock. I'm like, so
No.
what's going
Then
on?
the warning expired at 1:45 a.m. So why'd you go home?
No, that's not what happened.
That is what happened. That is what happened. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I don't trust him.
To
Yeah.
me,
There's a different-
crazy.
A different kind of storm going on.
That whole different kind of storm.
And that's why I don't trust him.
So did he come home that night?
No, he did not come home that night. I have no choice but to feel like he's cheating because I come home. I ain't never spent the night out in our relationship. We've been together for 2.5 years. I don't even go nowhere.
So he came home at some point, right?
About 9 o'clock, bro. I went to sleep about 5, woke up about 9 because I know he'd be at work about that time. Even if I know anything, he gonna go to work.
The next day.
The next day.
Okay.
And you still ain't seen or
I
heard
still
from him.
ain't seen or heard from him. I go on Facebook and it say he active on Facebook. So I call him and he answered. He's just so nonchalant about it. He like, oh, well, it was raining and if it's raining, I'm not coming home. That made me mad. So I'm like, okay. So I took my babies, my 3 babies, my one little stroller, little twin, little carrier. We took 2 buses to this man's job. And I tried to go up there calm and collective, But when I seen him, I was just so mad. I'm like, dang, you really gonna play me like
Miss
that?
Robinson, that me and you both know you went down there to fire him up.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's exactly what happened too. That's exactly what happened.
When she loaded up them twins and that baby, she was coming in as a hurricane. There was a storm the night before. They were going to be a storm that morning.
It came. I'm just still working. Next thing I know, I see her at the door. I'm scared. I'm like, what's going on? Where's she come from?
So, now, wait a minute. Mr. Smith, if you don't say nothing else true, I know that's true.
Oh, my God. I'm like, I don't even get a chance to explain the story.
He just was too nonchalant for me.
She gets straight
The bottom line is, you think that while that storm was kicking off, he was kicking off.
With somebody else.
With somebody else.
Yeah, because, okay, so when he finally came home, you working and you moving and stuff, you know, and you ain't been home in 2 days. Ain't no way you smell like soap.
Smell like soap.
Okay, wait a minute.
What?
Hold up.
He smell like pure soap, okay? I'm like, even if he did got off that day, you feel me? I kind of feel like he got off at 2 o'clock and probably slid off somewhere or something, because he smells so clean for me, especially being gone for 2 days.
I'm getting accused of cheating because I smell like soap. I was over my family member's house that morning, so why wouldn't I wash up and then go to work? Why would I go to work stinking?
But you still smell like soap after you got off.
That's common sense.
Okay.
I didn't stop nowhere. I didn't go nowhere. I went to work and I came home. That was it.
So here's what I want to know for sure. Mr. Smith,
Yeah.
It is your testimony that the day that you came home from the storm, after the storm came down to your job, you were not with another woman.
Yes, Your Honor.
And it's your testimony that you have been faithful.
Yes, Your Honor.
That there has been no cheating on your part.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Culler, I think we got what we need.
I do, and here's what we're looking at. She thinks he's cheating, and if you find out he is cheating.
I gotta be done with this.
All right. This court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court would like to call certified polygraph examiner Kendall Shull to determine, is he cheating?
Kendall Shull.
Thank you.
Would you please share for the court record and for our litigants your credentials?
I was privileged to be hired by J. Edgar Hoover in the FBI right after I graduated from college. Spent almost 30 years with the FBI in Washington, D.C.
You asked Mr. Smith, when you didn't come home and claimed it was due to the weather, did you have physical sexual contact with another woman other than your girlfriend, Miss Robinson? What was Mr. Smith's response?
He said no.
You nervous?
No, I'm not waiting on the results.
Sure, I'm getting nervous.
What did the lie
I'm
detector
here.
determine, Mr. Shull?
Well, the lie detector determined that he was being truthful, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's find out some more.
Told you, man. I told you.
That made me
It
smile.
was just raining.
That made me smile.
You asked Mr. Smith, after your girlfriend, Miss Robinson, confronted you at work because you didn't come home, did you have physical sexual contact with another woman on that day? What was his response?
His response was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
On this question, the lie detector determined that he was also being truthful.
I told you, baby. You don't think I'm playing, man. I ain't out here like that.
She's smiling. She's smiling like when she said daddy.
Okay, he might be a little more daddy. Let me finish hearing this, all right? Hearing this, all right?
Well, we've got one more question. You asked Mrs. Smith, during your 2.5-year relationship with Ms. Robinson, have you had physical sexual contact with anyone other than Ms. Robinson? What was his response to that question?
His response was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
Your Honor, on this question, it determined that he was actually being deceptive.
What? No way. That's not true.
Don't get to doing that, no way.
Mr. Smith,
Yes, Your Honor.
this woman loves you. You owe it to her to come clean.
So have
that
you
could
been
be kissing, hugging, oral sex, any type of physical contact.
Yeah, I did.
What happened?
We had an apartment together, and we was going back and forth. We was arguing every day. She was coming in late at work every day. just making me think she was doing something. So yeah, I talked to a female, I hugged her or whatever, we talked or whatever, kicked her, but I ain't never had no physical penetration, no sex with her and nothing stuff like that and then.
So what did you do with her?
Was it oral sex?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And that's the only one you're saying that you
That was it. That was the only time I ever did something.
Well, Ms. Robinson, what we need to know, you came here to get some answers. You got those answers. Where is this relationship going from here?
And let me just say this, and I'm talking to you, woman to woman, okay? It's okay to forgive him and work it out. You don't have to go, I'm out. Now you can.
And I don't want to just do that, but
you can go either way.
What irritates me is I told him just to tell me the truth, because we can work things out better if he just tell me the truth.
You all are married. You've been together for 8 years. You have 3 children together. You're expecting another child.
Yes.
Is that correct? All right. So at the point where you should be preparing to rock the cradle, allegations of infidelity are rocking this relationship.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Williams, tell us why you're here today.
I'm here today because, one, I dreamt about this day right now, that I'm standing here talking to you all because I'm having serious marital issues with my husband. He's lying. Every time he talks, he's quivering. Oh, hush. You're out with your friends, don't know where you at. I cannot find you. You don't answer no phones, no text, no nothing. Boy, quit it. Your kids even be looking for you.
And
so you dreamed about being here?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Tell me about this dream, because, I want to hear.
This dream, he took the lie detector test and he failed, and he went to glory.
She went to glory?
Glory.
Trying to go there, though.
Oh,
he went to glory.
I'm not sure I want to ask how he got to glory.
I don't think we need to know how glory occurred, but that's what happened.
He went to glory.
Why are you here, Mr. Jackson? I'm presuming it's not to go to glory.
Not to go to glory, to
All
prove
right.
that I'm not cheating, Your Honor.
Okay. So that's why you're
cheating.
here.
Yes. Every time I come home, she checking my drawers and everything, Your Honor. All that. I can't even really walk out the door without her checking me. My phone, she got my phone. I don't even really have my phone like that no more because she basically has it.
But what he's not telling you guys is that, for once, I cannot enjoy my life because I'm trapped every day in the home. I don't have any friends because he done ran them all off, always accusing me and my friends every time we go somewhere because my friends are single and I'm not. Oh, you messing with this person. I'm not even allowed to look at a Chris Brown video. I'm not allowed to go to a Chris Brown concert, and I'm a huge fan of Chris Brown.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Yes, that is. I can't even get on YouTube.
I guess you can say
The way you treat me is the way I'm gonna treat you. So
Okay, so what I'm hearing, love, is this house is a mess.
It is.
Yes,
And it does not sound like a place you want to be landed.
And they're about to bring another baby into this, and so we've got to get this figured out.
Yes.
That's what
Gotta
I'm
get
here
this
for.
figured
in a
out.
hurry.
Yes, that's what I'm here for today, because we have too many children and a dog and a baby on the way to be dealing with this foolishness. And I'm tired. And it got to stop somewhere. I want happy and peace in my home.
It's gonna happen.
I understand, love.
So this is tearing you up. I can see that.
When you see her just weeping.
Yeah, I'm kind of hurt because I love her. I love her.
I love you
And I
too,
know I'm
but
not
I'm
cheating.
tired.
So I'm here to prove to her that I'm not cheating because I really do love my wife.
Ms. Williams, what do those tears represent?
Pain, hurt. You hang with your friends that cheats on their wives. You know, I don't condone that. I don't allow that. I don't like that misery and toxic foolishness around you. I'm here to protect you like you're here to protect me.
But every
They're
guy
no
ain't the
good
same.
for you, honey. They're no
That's
good.
true, though. That's
and
true,
that's
but-
messing up our marriage.
Every dude, they're not the same. That's what I'm trying to
But
get
it
to her
don't
right now.
matter.
Every dude is not the same. Just because they're doing that don't mean it's telling that I'm doing that.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Yes.
And my daddy says this. You can jump, if it's a puddle of mud right there,
Yes.
you can jump back and forth. But at some point, you're going to mess up and end up in that mud.
Yes.
So if you stay away from that puddle, you ain't never going to get in that mud.
True.
So she's worried. You amped it up there.
Yes.
And then it increases the likelihood you're going to misstep.
Yep.
So she wants you to find some new friends.
Yes. Right now, I don't have no friends behind this right now, so.
Behind this.
All right, let's find out what's going on here. What is ripping you all apart now?
Well, I rolled up on him while I was pregnant, and seen him chilling on the porch with a female.
Yeah.
So me being me, I'ma let you know, Yana, I ain't lying.
Yeah,
you know where I'm from, baby. I rolled up on him.
She did. Yeah.
I rolled up on him, baby. I said, excuse me, who is you and what you got going on? Oh, I'm so-and-so and blah, 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 blah. And we slept together and he paid my bills and he bought me shoes. Hold on, wait a minute, stop. Who? You did what? And we got too many children that's still in diapers?
Only reason the girl said that because she felt attacked. The way she came in, that's the only reason why she said that.
Ain't nobody gonna pop off to a man's woman. And the most important part, why did this woman say you were sleeping with her?
Because she was mad at the time.
Mad at who?
My wife, I guess the way she came out of the allegation.
That don't matter. I am who I am, sweetheart. You supposed to respect it and bow down.
Anyway, I left with my wife.
What do you mean? I don't care if your family member come up in here, they got to bow down because I am your wife in the Bible. God said your wife comes first. Don't play with me. I get spiritual up in here now. Baby, I lay hands on the pastor to come on now. Don't play with me.
I'm just trying to imagine a scenario. You sitting there with this other woman, and an angry woman with blue hair rolls up. An angry pregnant woman with blue hair rolls up, and this person all of a sudden says, "Oh yeah, I'm sleeping with him. He's paying my bills." If it's not, I mean, that was fear making her say that. That wasn't hate.
And I gotta tell you, if she was scared of it, what you don't say to her is, "I'm sleeping with your man and he's paying my bills."
She might just try to get her mad or something. Cause I'm telling you,
she was already mad. That's why I know this girl didn't pop that off unless it was true.
It's not true.
So you're saying you did not have any kind of relationship with this person?
Oh, it's a family
beyond a friendship.
Yes,
you weren't
People
sexually
sleep
intimate.
with family friends.
Thank you. They're not relations.
So let me ask you: have you caught him with any other women?
Yes, ma'am. At this costume party.
Oh.
So as y'all can see, I bought our pirate costumes. Oh my God, you can see my pregnant belly.
Yeah.
But and you know, I took him. We're there. I do have an exhibit, Your Honors. Is it possible that I can show it to you all?
Go ahead.
Child.
Oh Lord.
Yep. Just call on the Lord because you're gonna need him.
So you're dressed as pirates at a costume party.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What we looking at?
This is the party right here on the first floor.
Okay.
This is my friend's home, so I don't care about nobody else. I'm welcome to walk to third to the bottom.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with that being said, we were starting off right here.
Okay.
Lee went to walk around or whatever, you know, mingling.
Yeah.
And I went to the bar. Don't get me wrong. I went and got me a little Sprite on the rocks. And me being pregnant, I had to tinkle.
Oh.
And as I go upstairs, who do I find?
Well, I can't imagine.
A mangy mutt and a captain with no hook.
Oh Lord.
Why is your hook in the bathroom?
He's what?
A captain with no hook. He went in there with a hook. Now he's out without a hook. Where's the hook at, Captain?
Oh!
She said she found a mangy mutt and
a mangy mutt and a captain with no hook. Honey, we got a Jack Russell Terrier that he don't even play with at home, and she's going on 2 years old. Hello, what you doing at a party playing with a poodle? Play with me.
And I presume the poodle was in a costume.
Yeah.
She was, she was.
It was a poodle
honey.
costume.
That's why she's a mangy mutt, honey.
Okay.
All right.
I was coming out the bathroom, really.
Coming
you know
out
what I'm
the
saying?
bathroom.
I was really
She
coming out the
was.
bathroom. And
Please, say that for somebody else.
Okay, Miss Williams, I want to make sure I understand this. You go upstairs and you see him and a woman in the bathroom. She's dressed as a poodle. That's why you call her the mangy mutt.
Yes,
but
and once
you
they
see
saw
him
me-
without his hook
Right.
and her
Yes, and they saw me
coming out of the bathroom.
The dog ran downstairs, left her fur all over it was, so she had to be having mange or something.
All right. So when you saw him and a woman, she all of a sudden just ran downstairs.
Yeah, dog scared. So evidently something had to happen
Because he didn't have his hook.
Where's the hook, baby?
I left it in the bathroom.
Left it in the
I was
bathroom and
rushing
she
out,
went downstairs,
and we
so
bumped
what
into each other.
Oh,
As
really?
soon as she came upstairs, that's what she seen. That's
Where
it.
was your
It
hook?
showed like
I left it on the sink in the restroom.
You didn't
That's
lose
it.
that hook trying to pet that dog.
No.
did you?
No. I don't
He
even
thought it was
know.
pet smart, Yana.
No.
He thought it was
I was
pet
using
smart,
the
Yana.
restroom.
Yes, he did.
And I was so drunk that I left it in there. I rushed out and I bumped into her and she seen us talking like that and She went off.
Oh, okay.
She went crazy.
It sounded like he was in the bathroom, with a dog doing it pirate style.
Oh. So y'all think I hit it with the hook?
That's what it sounds like.
That's
what it looks like.
Keep that heat, because you're going to take that
I love my wife too
so
much. No.
Keep on now.
All right, so Ms. Williams, you ain't believing none of this. You believe Captain Hook was hooking up in the bathroom with the woman in the poodle costume. Is that right?
Do you make Kool-Aid with salt?
No, I don't.
Okay, then.
So there's your story, there's his story, and there's the woman who was standing outside the bathroom story. She is here.
Lord Jesus.
Ron, would you please escort her in?
Please, come on, Baylor. I want to see what she look like outside the pool. I must be SPCA then, huh? Girl, you tried it. You gonna be right along with him. Take you to the king, too.
Good day, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, thank you. Would you state your name, please, for the court record?
I am Asha Price.
And Ms. Price, so that we're clear, you are the woman who was wearing the poodle costume at the costume party, is that correct?
It wasn't a poodle, I was a Dalmatian.
Hey. Okay.
Oh, that's why you don't have your fur on today, honey, because you probably have fleas.
Okay,
Thank
girl.
you.
So here's my question. What happened to Captain Hook's hook?
Oh, I don't know about what he got going on or what happened with his hook. But I went to the bathroom. I saw him. I don't know where he was upstairs by himself for, but I saw him. I was like, oh, what's up? That's my partner, my friend. We was talking. And she came. And when I know about her because, everybody know about her. He talked about how miserable he is with this woman. So, I saw him. I was like, oh, what's up? Then she
Can't
came.
be too miserable. I'm popping out all these babies.
Look, I don't know what that's about, but
Well, you better
I
learn
saw her
about it.
coming. I saw her coming.
That's why I'm married and you're not.
And she's pregnant and she look crazy. So I was like, oh, let me
A
go
little,
ahead down
baby.
here. I
I'm
ain't got
past
time
the
to go
little,
to
sweet.
jail.
I'm insane, honey.
I ain't got time.
You lucky I ain't touch you when you hugged
Miss
them.
Williams.
I don't play
Miss
them
Williams.
games. You, as like you said, you know about me. You know who I am and you know what I'm about. Why in the world would you come up here and touch my husband while I'm standing right here,
That is
sweetheart?
my friend.
I don't give a dang
That's
if
my
that was
friend.
Moses giving you a loaf of bread. You don't touch what's mine.
Man, you got
Period.
insecurities.
Okay,
you
well,
gotta
can
deal
I
with, baby
touch?
girl. You
Okay,
got
well,
your
you know
own
what?
Insecurities.
Oh, baby, I don't have no
I'm the wrong
insecurity,
girl,
baby.
baby.
I'm pregnant with baby number 9.
right,
sweetheart, and I'm still fine. Thank
Okay.
you.
Lady,
Still fine, sweetie.
Please, girl, please.
lady.
I'm still
the
fine with
wrong-
9.
Here's the thing. Let's just say that she did get with your husband. That girl ain't stood up in front of nobody and said she was gonna be faithful to you. He did. So you don't beat her up or beat up.
no.
You get with him. Now, I'm not saying beat him up.
No,
But,
he was
you know,
going
when-
to glory
when-
and she was going to get beat up. It's just both of them got the feeling.
No.
No.
Queens don't do that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Trust me.
Well, since we going to handle like that, we just going to go ahead on and go and get this divorce done and over with. I'm done.
Why is that?
Why is that? Because you keep disrespecting me and all I do is give you everything you want and need and you talking about you're miserable? I'm miserable. I can't even go to a Chris Brown concert that I invite you to. I can't do none of that, but you can hug a female in my face and think it's cool? I should say I'm miserable. I do everything. I'm the real life Cinderella and I'm tired. That's why I act the way I act, Your Honor, because I put my heart and soul into this marriage,
understand.
and you can't keep constantly disrespecting me, have me look like I'm the crazy one when you out here doing what you're doing.
Ms. Williams, we understand how you feel, but you came here to get some answers, right?
Yes, sir.
And here to prove her.
We want to give you those answers.
Yes, sir.
All right. I think we've heard enough testimony right now, and let's kind of sum up what we have.
You believe that Mr. Jackson is cheating.
Yes.
And you have said, if he is, you out.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Jackson, you deny that you've cheated, right?
Sir.
You all are just friends.
Yes, sir.
There's been nobody else.
Yes, sir.
And that's what you're here to show her today.
Yes, sir.
This court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court would like to call forensic voice analyst Guy Wolf to the courtroom to determine, is he cheating? All right. Ron, please show Mr. Wolf into the courtroom.
Guy Wolf.
Step right over to the mom.
Mr. Wolf, how are you today?
I'm wonderful, thank you, Your Honor.
You are a forensic voice analyst, correct?
That is correct.
And what does forensic voice analysis entail?
It measures the frequencies in a person's voice. You have AM and FM frequencies, and when you're being deceptive, one of those frequencies goes away, and it shows up a certain way on our computer.
Right? Let's take a look at the first question you asked him.
Did you have physical sexual contact with Osha Price at the costume party you attended last month?
No.
What did your forensic voice analysis determine?
The voice analysis determined that he was being truthful, Your Honor.
I apologize, Asha, baby. I'm a woman. Real women do that. You understand? I apologize, baby.
I accept it.
That's a beautiful thing. That's how queens act. Let's look at the next question.
Since you got married to Tiara in 2015, have you had sexual intercourse with any other woman?
No.
What did the forensic voice analysis determine?
The forensic voice analysis determined that he was being truthful, Your Honor.
Now, can I get my last name? Miss Jackson.
All right, Miss Williams, soon to be apparently Miss Jackson. You get ready to make that move? To make it Miss Jackson?
It should have been that long time ago.
All right, there it is. There it is.